Hello everybody, it is me, Super Godzilla's Final Wars here, and today I am back once again with another video. Now, as you can tell from the title, this is going to be my top 10 least favorite kaiju in the Godzilla franchise. Now, before we get started, I'm just going to say this. Some of these kaiju I don't really hate that much, but the others I freaking hate them. No, I freaking despise them. So, without further ado, let us get started with number 1. Actually, with number 10. That being Gabara. Okay. So, the reason why Gabara is on the list. He is literally the weakest monster out of the entirety of the Godzilla franchise. His only main canon appearance is in basically Godzilla's Revenge, which is basically the most god-awful Godzilla film that ever existed, and it should never existed. Literally. Gabara is literally so weak that he doesn't even fight Godzilla. He just spends the majority of the movie just picking on Manila. Which, that's another reason why I hate Gabara. He's nothing more but a bully. If anything, if you have like a kaiju food chain hierarchy or something like that, put Gabara at the bottom of that food chain. Gabara is at the very bottom of the food chain because he's doing nothing. He doesn't fight any other monsters. He only picks on one monster, and that's Manila, a freaking child. He's just literally so weak, useless, and stupid looking. At least his design in Singular Point looks more cooler. And I know what you're gonna say. That's not Gabara. It's freaking Salunga or whatever. Well, I don't really care. His design is very similar to Gabara. It's very same appearance, same literal, almost the same colors, sort of. And not only that, but his personality, the fact that he's not fighting any other monster in Singular Point, literally resembles that of Gabara. So you might as well consider him as Gabara. I understand if you don't want to consider him as Gabara, but if you think about it, look at the differences between these two kaiju, and you can see it. Number 9, Manila. Manila is my least favorite offspring of Godzilla. In fact, he's number 1. Number 2 will have to go to Godzuki. He's from the Haribon-Baron Godzilla series. Baby Godzilla and Little Godzilla, and Godzilla Jr. are clearly better as the true son of Godzilla. If I were to include Manila in the Megaverse, he'll probably just be Mega Godzilla's stepson. Won't actually be his biological offspring. He'll just basically be more like the worst thing that ever happened to him. Literally, I don't like Manila because he's just so useless and stupid, and his roars are just stupid. He was not only useless in Destroy All Monsters and in Son of Godzilla and in Godzilla's Revenge, but he was also useless in Godzilla Final Wars. And that's saying something because that was supposed to be the final Godzilla movie. He's just so useless, and his roars are just weird looking. There's a reason why I don't include Manila as Godzilla's son, and for my Godzilla fanfics. Because I don't include Manila as Godzilla's son. I include him as rather his adopted son or his stepson. More like the son that Godzilla wished that he would never had in the first place. or more like the son that he and Mothra would have, but then instantly regret having Manila have to basically be his son. Again, there's a reason why I like Little Godzilla more than freaking Manila. Manila sucks. Little Godzilla rules. Have him to be the real son of Godzilla, not Manila. Like, get Manila out of here. Just, no, get him out of here. I don't know whose idea was it to have Manila to basically be Godzilla's son, but whoever, just, I can't stand Manila. Number 8, Ebra. Now, Ebra is not that bad. I just wish he would be more, rather intimidating. What I mean by that is, he's basically useless in Godzilla Final Wars and in Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. Ebra literally sucks because he is so weak. I mean, at least he fights Godzilla. Unlike Gabra, he actually fights Godzilla. I would have liked Ebra a lot more if he actually had powers that somewhat almost put Godzilla's life on the line. And actually be menacing looking. If anything else, he's just nothing more but a giant lobster that's waiting to get eaten. Or a giant shrimp or whatever. Number 7, Hedorah. Hedorah, now there's a reason why Hedorah is on the list. Hedorah is just so weird and creepy looking. Not only that, but Hedorah is... Well, I've been hearing rumors that saying that Hedorah is supposed to be quote-unquote quote, stronger than Godzilla, or just at least powerful enough to hurt Godzilla. But in reality, that's actually kind of the opposite. Because if we look back at it, Hedorah literally was rather running away from Godzilla or getting beaten up by Godzilla. Hell, he only made his cameo appearance in Godzilla Final Wars and instantly got destroyed by Godzilla's atomic breath. So I don't know why Hedorah would even be mentioned in another Godzilla movie. I don't even know how he would work in the MonsterVerse. If he would make an appearance in MonsterVerse, at least have him to actually be able to hurt Godzilla really badly. Number 6, Kumonga and Kamacuras. Now, there's a reason why I put them on the list. Now, I like the idea of a giant praying mantis and a giant spider, but the thing is, they're actually really weak. I mean, they still put up a fight. At least they're actually fighting Godzilla, unlike Gabara, but they're just so weak, and Kumonga and Kamacuras, all they just do is just get destroyed by Godzilla, and that's just honestly embarrassing. I would make, if anything, they should be a lot stronger, or at least strong enough to almost get the chance to kill Godzilla, but end up getting stopped by rather another kaiju or by the humans. At least for Kumonga. Kamacuras, I don't know. If you have the right numbers, then maybe. Number 5, we'll have to go to Varan. Now, I'm not saying I hate Varan. It was just his role in Destroy All Monsters, because Not only that, but there are so many films where Varan could have been featured in, but he was just canceled out and replaced by another monster. Not only that, but literally Singular Point literally looks like Varan, which is really dumb and embarrassing how people are not considering that kaiju to be Varan, even though it looks like Varan and has his roars. Whatever, I guess. Number 4. Yeah. Number 4, Mogira. Now, Mogira is supposed to be an upgraded version of Mechagodzilla, at least in the Heisei era, but literally Mogira has been doing nothing but almost get destroyed in Godzilla versus the freaking Space Godzilla. Literally, it just takes one hit and then Mogira gets taken out of the fight. And the fact that Mogira needed Godzilla's help was just even more embarrassing. Again, this is supposed to be a upgraded version of Mechagodzilla, and he just turns out to be a very useless tin can at this point. If anything, Mogira should be at least stronger than that, because Mechagodzilla 2 actually almost killed Godzilla. But Mogira, all Space Godzilla had to do was just breathe just fire his beam at him, and then Mogira just falls over. And he's taken out of the fight. Number 3. Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus is not that bad. He's kind of not that bad. I just wish he had more interesting powers. And not only that, I wish he can actually put up a fight to Godzilla, but instead, he just turns out to basically be nothing but a wimp, and when he sees Godzilla, he actually runs from Godzilla. Not only that, his roar is just so freaking annoying, and I wish they could have given him a better roar. But instead, no, we just had to deal with that. So, I mean, he did do something interesting in Terror of Mechagodzilla. Number 2 will have to be... Who else is on the list? Hold on. Okay, so number 2 is Batra. Batra is basically like an evil version of Mothra, basically. Not only that, I've been hearing rumors saying that he's quote-unquote Mothra's brother or sister or whatever. But I honestly see no... Well, I just don't see how these two could basically be related. I could see them being a part of the same species, but I just don't see them being siblings. I just don't see that happening. But besides that, I don't hate Batra that much. I don't hate him that much. Unlike number 1. Number 1, Jet Jaguar. That's right, I said it. I am not the biggest Jet Jaguar fan. In fact, I hate Jet Jaguar. If you look back at it, most of my fanfics, Jet Jaguar is not a part of them. Not because I just don't like Jet Jaguar. He was basically made by a 3-year-old. And the fact that he got his ass whooped by Gigan and Megalon is just embarrassing. Not only that, he get his ass whooped by Rodan and Angirius. He is literally just a punching bag. This is why I prefer the other mechas more than him. Because frickin' Jet Jaguar sucks and he's weak. So there you go. There's my top 10 least favorite kaiju. Hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.